all! This video is part of the support package for fitness instructors who are becoming Smash It instructors. My name is Aneri, and in this video we will share some tips and strategies based on the Inclusive TIMES model for including participants with intellectual disability. TIMES is an acronym for Time, Instruction, Movement, Environment, and Support. These are all aspects of practice that can be considered or adapted to facilitate inclusive practice. These tips and strategies aim to guide you in creating an environment that will support your participants' participation in physical activity as independently as possible. It is important that you involve the participants whenever possible, along the way to ensure the program that you design will meet their needs. Ultimately, participants will gain confidence and belief in their abilities, increasing self-efficacy, and experience self-determination as a sense of control over their own destiny. This is key to establishing healthy habits that will be adopted for the long term. Following are some time-related tips that may support your participants with intellectual disability, some of which can support all participants. Time. Following are some time-related tips that may support your participants with intellectual disability, some of which can support all participants. Sending a reminder, like a pre-scheduled text, about the exercise session. Planning for breaks and activities if participants experience fatigue. Scheduling sessions with consistent exercise routines on the same days and time each week. Beginning with lower intensity activities, progressing gradually to moderate intensity as you would in newer participants. Including a cool down, about 5 to 10 minutes of low intensity aerobic activity is important for all participants to ensure blood pressure returns to normal and to prevent blood pooling in the legs, followed by a stretch.
Instruction. Here are some tips related to instruction and communication, which is one of the primary considerations for including participants with intellectual disabilities. Being patient, understanding, and speaking with respect, and not talking to adults like they are children. Using simple, short sentences with everyday words and allowing time for processing is best, and be ready to use pictures or photographs for explanation as needed. Breaking complicated movements into simple segments. Provide visual cues and time to practice each segment before moving on to the next one. Not pretending to understand a participant when you don't. Giving time for them to express what they are saying and warmly ask them to repeat if you do not understand them. When asking questions, bear in mind that people with intellectual disability often try to please. So closed questions requiring yes/no responses are problematic, as the person may not understand the question and be simply supplying the response they think you want. On the other hand, open-ended questions are also difficult as they require thinking of a number of possibilities, then choosing and structuring a response. Often, presenting questions in an either-or format is a better format. Encouraging participants to be as independent as possible. Talking directly to the participant is best, and only turn to their support person, if they have one, if you need further support with communication, asking the participant first if this is okay with them. Offering encouragement and positive reinforcement for good form and progress can increase motivation. Introducing the RPE or the Omni scales and teaching participants to learn their body's response to various intensities. Movement. Here are some guidelines related to movement. As you know, deconditioned participants and those with heart conditions should start with lighter intensities and gradually progress as their fitness level increases. Excessive range of motion is common in people with Down syndrome, in which case using slow to moderate exercise pace can help them control their joint motion. Building both concentric and eccentric strength in the muscles around affected joints and ensuring they don't overstretch in static stretches. Environment. Here are some tips to make the environment welcoming and inclusive. For in-person sessions, creating a lanyard with images of activity sequences is ideal. You may email these images for online sessions. If practicing in person, then exercise space and changing rooms should be clearly signposted. A quiet environment may suit some individuals if they become easily distracted or have other sensory issues. If the participant uses an alternative form of communication, for example, pictocharts, communication device, or personalized system known by their family, you may familiarize yourself with this system to build rapport and provide a safe, welcoming environment.
Support. Supporting participants can go beyond what we've already covered. Here are some guidelines. Screening is an important part of finding out your participants' needs, desired level of support if any, if they use assistive technology or devices, and their health and exercise history and medication. Medication is not taken specifically for intellectual disability. However, they may be on medication for other primary or secondary conditions which may have potential side effects that may impact their ability to take part in exercise and/or specific safety considerations, like seizures, thyroid disorder, or heart disease. Find out if they experience side effects that may impact their exercise response. If a participant has behavior issues, inquire about triggers from either them or their family and caregivers to help understand or overcome these triggers in a way that maintains their dignity. Discussing overall lifestyle choices in mingle activities can help identify areas where participants can enhance their overall health and create social support, which is something many people with intellectual disability are less likely to have.